And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the upper semifinals of the LiuLi Cup, or the LiuLi Weekly number 2. We just wrapped up with the lower semis. Gabe is patiently waiting in the grand finals for one of these two players. Who's it going to be? As spawning in the bottom right corner of Tokamak, we have the Danish Protoss player. The Danish Protoss, we have the blue Protoss representing Sidestorm Gaming. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player. The red Zerg, the South Korean Zerg, representing Team Falcons. It is Rogue. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our ZvP. Oh no! Saber. Because hopefully everything is okay. Saber, he is the Chinese caster. He is the organizer of this event. He is LiuLi, by the way. He is LiuLi. So hopefully everything's okay. Maybe some latency issues. Hopefully he's able to join us for the remainder of the series, game 2 and onwards. Hopefully. As we jump into our initial matchup so far, Hatch Gas Pool, standard opener at a Rogue, likewise Gate expanded to Cybercore out of MaxPax. Now MaxPax, he's pretty standard in his approach. We don't really expect too much deviation. We expect him to open up into a third base, Stargate open into a third, into Blink, into the mid game. He can be more aggressive and assertive in the mid game, but we expect the early game to be pretty stable here. What I mean by that, if you remember, if you were here earlier for the Creator series, true, Creator versus Lambo, Creator was an animal. Creator, he was going for DTs, he was going for Glaive Adepts, he was going for Robo 2 base all in. True, like we saw a lot of hyper aggressive builds out of Creator in every game of his series against Lambo. MaxPax is not that kind of player. he's not that kind of player, unfortunately. So we expect some more stability out of MaxPax. From the side of Rogue, he can be a little bit more diverse in his play. For a long time last year, he was known for just playing very macro and just rushing into lurkers. And then with his lurkers, he would pop off with Nidus lurkers all over the place and maxing out on Hydra Lurker Viper as well. That was Rogue's style for a time, but then that kind of shifted as the meta shifted as well to the more 3-base aggression. 3-base play is very common here in ZvP. Getting up to 3-base saturation, getting a 4th base just for Larva, and then just going for a Ling Hydra all in, or Hydra into lurker tech, or yeah, just even going into Muta play. Or even in the last series, I did point out that Rogue did go for a German taxi 2.5 base all in against Geralt. So aggression is what we expect out of Rogue. Meanwhile, Stargate open at a MaxPax. Stargate into a 3rd base, Oracle base opener is what we're expecting from our Protoss player. Oh, opens Void Ray. Okay. And now this is still very much so viable. A Void Ray opener is designed to do what? Is designed to hunt down this Overlord. To hunt down the Overlord, to deny vision, deny scouting, and to hide something. What do we hide? It could be nothing, right? This could just be Void Ray into an expansion, into an Oracle, into Blink, into just a standard game. It could just be a standard game, or it could be a faster Twilight Council into Glaive Adepts. It could be a second Stargate into a Fleet Peak, into a Tempest Rush, into a Carrier Rush. It could be into Mass Oracle. It could be, there are a lot of possibilities here. And what's important is that Rogue won't know. He sees the 3rd base timing. Void Ray moves out. Again, he's hunting down the Overlord. So the reason why you want to keep this Overlord alive and avoid this first Overlord is because it's already dead. The reality is this Overlord is already dead. This Overlord cannot get back home. Instead, we're looking for one of these other Overlords closer to the main base, as the Void Ray does miss it. Yeah, it does miss the Overlord. That's a little bit unfortunate. Ideally, want to catch an Overlord like this, then go back and get a second Overlord. But MaxPax is yet to find one. So he rotates back around. Twilight Council follow-up into the Forge. Takes down the Spore. That's a kill, not a cancel. Not bad. Kills the Spore. Oracle comes in from behind, catching transferring workers. That's going to be 4 drone kills. Ooh, does take a little hits. Does take a little hull damage, but despite that, 4 drones going down. Void Ray comes in from behind, goes for another drone. Barely does get it. 5th drone kill. So far, some nice damage. And now we can start hunting down these Overlords. They're spread out. There's potentially 3 Overlord kills here. Potentially. Does find one. The other heads into the main. Okay, Lord goes down. We just see Rogue going for a Roach one, so going for a standard safe follow-up here, getting into Roaches, but still just trying to keep up with his aggression, trying to maintain his own economy, trying, and still droning. Rogue still droning up. As we now have the answer here as to where Rogue is going to take us. He's going for a Roach Warren opener into a fast Hydra Den. So he's playing a Roach Hydra. From here, if he gets into +1 range, he could try to rush into Lurker Tech. If you recall, I just spoke about this. I just spoke about how Rogue last year, he was known for rushing into Lurkers. Like, that was his go-to, that was his style. He might be going back into that. Maybe. So Gateway Army does threaten. Void Ray going for the Queen. And the Queen is going to go down. Nice knife. Queen does fall. So because they come in from behind. Going for another Queen. At least hoping to. As Void Ray does survive. And Rogue, he's not taking. We spoke earlier about 3 base all-ins. There's a 4th base just for Larva. We are taking gases here, but we're not saturating. We have purely Ling Hydra in production, and we'll see if Rogue ever does drone. He's trying to move in. Oh, does take a Ace to the face. Yes, Ace traps are going to be connecting. Just the one. And Rogue, he is making a couple of workers. Looks like he is saturating his gas geysers. And he's taking. Okay, we have the answer. He's taking up. It looks like he does plan on joining up the 4th. So he will join up the 4th. Ooh, Void Ray goes down to the Spore. Which means with this Infestation Pit, access to Hive, access to Lurkers. We're building up to a much longer game. Rogue, he's macroing. Rogue, he's macroing up. Meanwhile, MaxPax working towards Storm is going to be his splash damage of choice. Rogue is applying at least some pressure here. Won't get much done. He won't get much. MaxPax, the High Templar are ready. Now, there is a window in time. There's a big window here where Rogue is vulnerable. What I'm getting at here, Lurker Den. Lurker Den is in production. Hive is in production. He doesn't have Lurkers yet. No Lurkers available, and here comes Storm. And what is it to defend? Ling Hydra. Ling Hydra is so vulnerable to Storm. So MaxPax is going in with his Storm timing. His goal here is to break Rogue before Lurkers. Before the Lunkers. Lings, they try to come in from behind. Nice Storms. High Templar, they're exposed. But the Storms are connecting. Oh, god. The Storms are connecting. Looks like that was the final Storm. Yeah, no more Storms left. And with that, Rogue, he holds. He holds, he defends, he shuts down the Archons, shuts down the Oracle. Whew. And Rogue, he gets away with Lunkers. The Lurker Den does complete. And here we go. We have 5 Lurkers on the way. MaxPax, he misses his timing. It was close. He had some very nice Storms, but a really good angle there from Rogue coming in for a flank, forcing additional Storms, getting on top of the High Templar. And Rogue, he's running away with this. He's running away with this. Now we're forcing Sky Toss. Again, as Lurkers hit the field, we have to take to the skies. So MaxPax is going to the skies. He's going into a second Stargate, Fleet Beacon, into Sky Toss, into Tempest Carrier. And now the roles have been reversed. Now suddenly, there's a window where Rogue can try to break MaxPax before Sky Toss. Before Sky Toss really gets going, Rogue has potential to pop up. As he has survived the Gateway aggression. I say that MaxPax still being very active. He has to be careful. He doesn't want to get caught out. As Lurkers are coming in from behind. MaxPax has to get the hell out of here. Has to pull away. Just focusing on clearing up creep. Ooh, nice aces. Okay. Stays trapped, does pull above, he pushes into the bases. Bold move here by MaxPax, but hey, he does catch 3 lurkers. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 lurkers going down. Nice storms on the Hydras. See MaxPax fighting out of range of the lurkers. As they'll say, do catch some reinforcements. They lay rogue. MaxPax gets away. And what's important about what's happening here, MaxPax, his goal isn't to kill the base. It isn't to kill workers. It's to keep rogue busy until what? Until SkyToss. We spoke about it. MaxPax is also fully aware that he's vulnerable. He's aware that if he backs off, if Rogue gains map control, then Rogue is going to start pushing into bases and MaxPax will not be able to defend. It's so crucial here that he's forcing Rogue to stay back in there. With a small army. Like, this army isn't really too threatening. But he's doing everything he can here to keep Rogue pinned. Oh, force a recall as he does overextend. Does recall. Does recall in time. Leading out a couple of High Templar. Ooh, and after that recall, Rogue moves out. Doesn't have much creep. Rogue is pushing. Moving on the right hand side. We get a decent storm. Rogue being very ambitious with these lurkers. Yeah, the defensive setup here is solid. We have cannon, shield batteries, Tempest as well. Again, Tempests are ideal in this position. Ooh, as the ground army does overextend. Gotta be careful. But the lunkers are going down. Oof. Yeah, Rogue, he rotates. MaxPax sees in position. He shuts down the army. So many Hydras and Lurkers going to be falling. Oh, do we get the revelation? Oof. And MaxPax, at this point, he can aim move. he just sent it across the map. What do we have to defend? Let's have a look here. We have 3 Lurkers on the right-hand side, which are very low. We have 8 Lurkers morphing in, so there's going to be 8 Lurkers defensively. MaxPax is maxed out. Rogue, he threw away just a little bit too much. It's going to be a tough hold. We do see MaxPax splitting up his forces. Okay. Does split up. Force the storm. The army on the left-hand side is looking very battered, very bruised. But MaxPax is gaining ground. He's moving in. And GG gets called. As you mentioned, Rogue, he just cannot stop the army. Not anymore. And MaxPax takes game number 1. Whew, GG, well played. And MaxPax does take a lead. Again, we did have a back and forth here. Both players had certain timings. Both players had their moments. We saw that MaxPax, he tried to break Rogue before Lurker Tech, but Rogue had a very nice fight defensively, shutting down the army. But he was not able to make use of his Lurker timing. As we were mentioning, we were praising MaxPax specifically for how active and how aggressive he was earlier, with how aggressive he was with his ground army as he was taking into SkyToss. It was so crucial that he was working and building up his Tempest and his Mothership while he was being active on the map. And again, he wasn't really killing much. He was just trading with the army and keeping Rogue busy until it could snowball out of control with that SkyToss. GG. Once he got up and running, that was game. That was game then and there. With that, MaxPax does take a lead, and now we're getting into game number 2. Oh, what were the vetoes? Oh my god. what were the vetoes? As game 2, we're going to be loading into a very unorthodox map. One of the most vetoed maps in the map pool. We're going to be loading into Torches. Okay, let's go. Let's go. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Torches, we have the Danish Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Storm Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is MaxPax. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Torches, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the red Zerg representing Team Falcons down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back as he is mining through those gold patches. Oh boy. Let's go. It is Rogue. And this is why this is one of the most vetoed maps in the map pool. It's second only to Last Fantasy, but it's a rare sight, but for good reason, because of the center gold bases and because of these golden walls as well. You can very quickly mine through. MaxPax CRT checks, he confirms that the wall has been mined, and now he can scout for the hatchery. Wow, we're rushing into the gold base. MaxPax is about to confirm. He confirms he's aware. We do see the Korean Protosses very often react to this with a forge and with a cannon rush. Unfortunately, there is no forge here for MaxPax, so he cannot react with a cannon rush to punish this, but we'll see how he does approach this nonetheless. There it is. Now, this is going to be a bit of a later forge, but again, this is just very common. It's a very common reaction. We saw this a lot on Alcyone, on the previous map pool, if you remember. Alcyone, we saw the gold bases in the center, and we often saw cannon rushes to shut down the golds. We're seeing it here as well. Again, the map may be different, the map pool may be different, but same thing here to punish gold bases. As here comes the cannon rush. Boys are being pulled. It's going to be a tough hold. Remember, this forge is a little bit delayed, so it's going to be later cannons. And Rogue, can he get on top of this? Oh, ooh, pylon does finish. Yeah, the pylon does complete. A nice pylon. Oh, nice block off. Throws down a second cannon. The first pylon should go down. He's trying to get on top of that cannon. Oh, that's a kill, not a cancel. Oh, bit of miscontrol there. The probe goes down. The probe goes down. The pylon is killed. We're getting on top of the cannons, but the first one is going to complete. Yeah, the cannon does finish. And so will the second cannon. Yeah, second cannon as well. So much wasted DPS. Lings are amassing. Rogue, he transitions this into an all-in. He's like, you know what? You can have the gold. I didn't even want it. I'm just going to mine through these walls and just go for the kill. And Max actually has nothing in the main. No shot. There's nothing in the main base. He's flooding in. He has the wall. Even then, I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh my god. Does wall to buy some time, but only for so long. Again, there's nothing in the main base. There's no pylon here to get a cannon. Instead, Alas going for the wall, which is the best case scenario for MaxPax. He wants to fight at the wall. Wants to fight with SimCity. Does kite back. And he will be able to shade away. Okay. Yeah, he shades away. He re-walls as well. Very nice reactions here by MaxPax. And Rogue is being shut down. He's going for the pylons. More adepts are amassing. It's getting worse and worse for Rogue. Yeah, it's getting worse here. The boys are being pulled. We have Lings trying to bust down that wall. But MaxPax holds. Yeah, MaxPax he holds. GG, well played. As MaxPax will take the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. GG, well played. Again, MaxPax, he was able to punish the hatchery with the cannon rush, which is a very common reaction to these gold bases. We saw it in the previous map pool with Alcyone. We're seeing it here on Torches as well. And we saw that Rogue, he tried to react and respond to this by pulling the boys and by just going for the drone Ling all in, by pulling the boys, pulling the drones, and going for the flood. Unfortunately, MaxPax, he reacted really well, and he also was able to just force these fights on the low ground. He ensured that his economy was safe, and more importantly, he walled off. He was able to wall off that wall, wall off that that entrance into his natural to delay reinforcements. And with that, GG. With that, GG, well played. With that, congratulations, MaxPax does advance on. And now we have the grand finals. We have our grand finals here. It's going to be a best of 5 between MaxPax and Hero Marine. Oh boy.